Wow, wow, wow. This is the first or chapter one of our mentorship sessions is Everything in Life Has Potential. That's the title. Everything in life has potential. All men are sent to the world with limitless credit or potential, but few draw to their full extent. It is a tragedy to know that with over 7 billion, my platform would said 5, over 7 billion people on this planet today, but only a minute percentage will experience a significant fraction of their true potential. Perhaps you are a candidate for contributing to the wealth of the cemetery. Why we say cemetery? Because cemetery has more wealth than any place on earth. So many people who could have been reading so many things have never met them and they die with them. They all are in cemetery. Your potential was not given for you to deposit in the grave. You must understand the tremendous potential you possess and commit yourself to maximizing it in your short lifetime. So, in another word, what is potential anyway? Potential. Let's define potential. Potential is dormant ability, reserved power, untapped strength, unused success, hidden talent, or capped capability. So all you can be but have not yet become, or all you can do but have not yet done, or how far you can reach but have not yet reached, or what you can accomplish but have not yet accomplished. Potential is unexposed ability, talent, or power. So let's go in depth today. I want to take your time to let's go over potential. Potential, therefore, not what you have done, but what you are not yet able to do. In other words, what you have done is no longer your potential. What you have successfully accomplished is no longer your potential. It is said that unless you do something beyond what you have done, you will never grow or experience your full potential. Potential demands that you never settle for what you have accomplished. One of the great enemies of your potential is success. In order to realize your full potential, you must never be satisfied with your last accomplishment. It is also important, that you never let what you cannot do interfere with what you can do. The greatest tragedy in life is not death, but a life that never realized its full potential. What is the greatest tragedy in life? A life that is never realized its full potential. So you must decide today not to rob the world of the rich, valuable, potent, untapped, resourced like away within you. All the resources that lack inside of you. So potential never has a retirement plan. All right? So let's talk about the potential principle. To simplify this concept, let us look at one of the most powerful elements in nature, the seed. SEED. If I held a seed in my hand and ask you, what do I have in my hand? What would you say? Perhaps you would have answered what seems to be obvious, a seed. However, if you understand the nature of a seed, your answer would be fact, but not truth. So the truth is, I hold a forest in my hand. Why? Because in every seed there is a tree. In every tree there is fruit or flowers with seeds in them. So, and these seeds also has trees and have fruits that have seeds. So that have trees, that have fruits, and that have seeds, etc. Listen to this one. So in essence, what you see is not all that is. That is potential. Not what is, but what could be. God created everything with potential, including you. He placed the seeds of each thing within itself, Genesis 1:12, and planted within each person or things he created the ability to be much more than it is at any one moment. Thus, everything in life has potential. Nothing is instant. Nothing in life is instant. People think miracles are instant, but they really are not. They are just a process that has been speed up. Nothing God created is instant, because God does not operate in the instant. He is a God of the potential principle. Everything began as potential. So he did not create a ready-made human race. The earth was not given an instant population. God made one person, not 1 million people. He started with one seed. Then from that one, he created another. Then he said to those seeds, bless you. That means you have my permission. That's the word, bless you. Be fruitful and multiply and replenish the earth. And Adam, God gave the earth a seed with the potential of 100, 1,000, 1 million. 5 billion, the 5 billion people or more on the earth today were in that one man's loin. So God knew that in Adam and Eve, there were enough people to fill the earth. That's the way God works. He knows the potential principle because he introduced it. It is him. So don't settle for what you have. Potential is always present, waiting to be exposed. Potential is always present, waiting to be exposed. It demands that you never settle for what you have accomplished. One of the greatest enemies of your potential is success. God wanted you to maximize the potential that has given to you. You are not yet what you are supposed to be, though you may be pleased with what you are now. Don't accept your present states in life as final, because it is that of states. Don't be satisfied with your last accomplishment, because there are many accomplishments yet to be perfected. Since you are full of potential, you should not be the same person next year that you are this year. No. Never accept success as a lifestyle. It is but a phase. Never accept an accomplishment as the end. It is but a mark in the process, because you are God's offsprings. There are many selves within you that lie dormant, untapped, unused. Your primary problem is that you do not think like God does. That's the main problem. So through this 90 days, we're gonna start thinking like God thinks. There are many selves within you that lie dormant, untapped, and unused. God is always looking for what is not yet visible. He expects to find inside each person and thing he created more than is evident on the outside. On the other hand, man is often satisfied with what he has, or at least, if not satisfied, he thinks there is nothing better. Thus, he settles for what he has. So therein lies the tragedy of life. The minute we begin to settle down and be satisfied with what we have, we lose the possibility of revealing what is really inside us. Too often we die without exploring the gifts, ability, and successes that lie hidden within us. Our thoughts, ideas, possibilities are not used. We fail to realize the vast potential that is stored within us. We are like batteries in a radio that is never played. Our potential is wasted. Suppose Shakespeare had died before he wrote his poem and plays. The potential of Macbeth would have been buried. Suppose Michelangelo had died before he painted the Sistine Chapel, or Da Vinci the Mona Lisa. The beauty of their paintings would have been lost. Suppose Mozart had died with all that music in his bosom. Or suppose Moses had died before he saw the burning bush. Or Paul before he met Jesus on the Damascus road. Or Abraham before Isaac was born. How many the pages of scripture or history would be? Or suppose Martin Luther King had died without reading the thesis, or Charles Wesley without penning the hymns, or John Wycliffe without translating the Bible into English. How different history of the church might have been. Can you imagine how many great works of art, music, and literature are buried in the graveyard near your house? Can you imagine how many solutions to the problems was faced today are buried in with someone you know? Or people died without getting out their full potential. They failed to use all that was stored in them for the benefits of the world. Don't die with my things. Don't. I wonder, what would have happened if your father had died before you were conceived, or your mother before you were born? What would happen? What would the world have lost if you had not been born? What will the world lack because you failed to live out your potential? Will you carry songs, books, inventions, cures, or discoveries to your grave? Wish not. What would the world be, or what would the world have lost if you had not been born. Our teens are committing suicide today. A lot of teens committed suicide. So I wonder who they were supposed to be and what they were supposed to do that we will never know. Have we lost some great leaders? Was your grandchildren professors or another Martin Luther King among them? As the time for his crucifixion's drew near, Jesus spoke to the potential principle in terms of his life. He compared himself to the kernel of wheat that fall into ground and die. A kernel of wheat, when planted, yield many more kernels. Within Jesus was the potential to bring millions of people to God. Thank God Herod did not succeed when he tried to wipe out Jesus. If he had, Jesus would have died before he could offer himself as our atonement. His great purpose and life would have been waste. The seed of his life was much more than his disciples could see. That one seed had the potential to give life to many. There was a time early in his ministry when the Apostle Paul said, "I'd like to leave." Though he preferred to die and be with Christ, he knew his purpose in life had not been completely fulfilled. There was yet much fruitful labor for him to do. It was necessary for the church that he continued to live. Thank God Paul did not die. The benefits of listen to this one, the benefits of his wisdom would have been lost to the early church and to us. His potential to write Colossians, Ephesians, and may have been forfeited. Later, near his death, Paul wrote Timothy, "I have run the race, have finished the course, I have kept the faith, I have done the work. My Edward is waiting on me. I am ready to die." Keep working after I'm going. That's why it's telling Timothy in 2 Timothy 4 verse 5 and 7. Everything in life has the potential to fulfill its purpose. So people who die without achieving their full potential they're stealing their generations of their latent ability. Many have robbed me. They also have robbed you. To die with ability is irresponsible. Perhaps you are wasting your life doing nothing with all you have. God packaged something in you for the good of the world. Use them now. Use them. We will never know the wealth God planted in you until you bring it up. There's always something in you that we haven't yet seen, because that's the way God thinks. That's right. So we need to see what you have in you. Release your ability before you die. Use the power and strength within you for the good of yourselves and others. I believe there are books, songs, and arts works, businesses, poems, inventions, investments in you that God intended for my children to enjoy. Don't give up until you have lived out the full extent of your potential, because You have no right to die with my things. Don't rob the next generations of the wealth, treasure, and tremendous gift buried deep within you. This is it. God expects you to bring things. Remember those principles we talk about today? God created everything with potential. Nothing in life is instinct. Everything in life has the potential to fulfill its purpose. And don't be satisfied with what you are now. Don't die without using your full potential, or the greatest threats of progress and the greatest threat of progress or to progress is your last successful accomplishment. Stay blessed. Pastor Stanley G.